What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. So, I'm seeing all this stuff on social media. I'm seeing all this stuff on YouTube. And I'm going to put in my 2 cents. We're going to go in order. So, they're saying that Munchie B. They're saying Munchie B is in some trouble over some statements or a statement he made on a podcast. I heard the statement. I'm not going to repeat the statement. But they're saying that the feds pulled up to No Jumper to question him. And my question is, why would the feds pull up to No Jumper? First of all. Second of all, why would the feds want to question Munchie B? When Draco's life was taken, that's a state case. So I'm just curious why so on the No Jumper thing, they said it was the marshals, right? Which was, to me, weird, right? I just don't know what to believe when it comes to No Jumper putting out that anything happened. I don't know what happened. I'm just very, very confused on why a state case would involve the feds. And when the feds decide that they want to get involved with something, they usually don't come to just to question you. They usually come and snatch you up. And let's deal with it in court. So there's that. Next, we have YG is being questioned. Supposedly today he got questioned. I don't know if it was today really or last night. I honestly didn't even click on the video. The next two, I didn't even click on the next two, right? This one and the next one. There's 3 in total. So supposedly YG, he was questioned. I'm assuming in regards to the Draco case, because a lot of these internet detectives, guys that were never law enforcement but apparently dreamed of becoming them, Poetic Flaco, he does good work, but he just so according to them, YG and Munchie B had something to do with Draco. And you know, these investigations, half-ass investigations by some of these content creators, they very well could stir the pot. Because what happens is you have people that are watching that they too want to be Crime Stoppers, and they start calling the cops and, hey, if this is out there, why aren't you doing anything about it? Well, I'm pretty sure the cops have more leads than any content creator. Finally, it's being said that Blueface's house was raided, and I don't know. I saw it and I'm just like, isn't he on parole? Like, how do people not know? Like, what if it was just his parole officer doing something? Maybe his parole officer saw something online that he or she didn't like. When you're on parole, they call it a fourth waiver, meaning your Fourth Amendment right to be free from frivolous searches and seizures. It goes out the window. You're on parole. He may be even on probation and parole. I don't know, but his name's been coming up lately. It's just to me, it's mind-boggling, man. Munchie B isn't a rapper, but he's in the hip-hop sphere, right? So you have Munchie B, YG, and Blueface. Guys that have Munchie B, from everything we've heard, been through the trenches, was devastating when he was doing his thing. Something happened to him, he lost his vision, and so he now has a way to to make his ends meet and, make his money without having to be in the streets. YG puts out a lot of good music. Blueface, he's he does music, but all three of these guys have a way to provide for their family, earn a living, live comfortably. Never knew that word was so hard to say. But they have that going for them. And yet, here they are on at least 20 content creators' pages dealing with law enforcement. And look. Let me tell you something right now. Munchie B, whatever he said on whatever platform it was, that's easily explainable. He was drunk and just bragging. He was making stuff up. Boom. Case closed. YG, I'm sure he's got to be like, damn. But look, people can't keep a secret. That's why they say if you want to keep a secret, make sure you don't tell nobody. You don't do nothing with anybody. You don't tell nobody nothing. That's the only way you keep a secret. Because as soon as you tell somebody something or you do something with somebody and somebody's impressed by it, but that was me. Or if it was the cops hammed that person up, it wasn't me. It was him. Prison is full of people who got told on by their own homeboys. Full of them. And that's why, when I was the Wells case, Nolan Wells, when I talk about that case, and it just shocks me on how many people are so adamant that a group of Nolan's friends did something horrible to him and they all know about it, and every one of them keeping their mouth shut. Man, I'm telling you, I had a cellmate from South Central. He got busted for taking someone's life, him and his homeboy, right? And he told me the dude from his neighborhood that had taken more lives than anybody from their neighborhood, they found out later he was a CI. He was a confidential informant. You know why? Because he got picked up on a hot one. He got picked up on a case where he took someone's life. And what'd he do? He gave up one of his homeboys and they let him out. And then he kept taking people's lives and they kept letting him out because he would give up somebody else. Now that's a whole nother problem. Imagine cops letting out somebody who's consistently taking people out just so they can get somebody who's done it once. But back to the point. A lot of times it'll be the guy that you'll least expect. That's why he gets away with it for so long. YG, I know he's got to be scratching his head like, damn. He's got more money than the other two. But at the end of the day, when you have an opportunity to stay your ass out of the streets, listen, whatever you know about the streets, whoever you interact with that are still functioning in the streets, their business is not your business and should not be brought up. And I'm not just talking about Munchie B. I think Munchie B was just buzzing. He made a comment in passing. And I feel like a lot of people have a hidden agenda when it comes to Munchie B. I really do. I think that's why his name's brought up so much. It would be unfortunate to see any of those three go down for something that none of them did. Blueface just got out of prison recently. All I see with him is like relationship stuff. The soap opera. Is him and Krishan going to get back together? He just cheated on his girl with Krishan. Like, Days of Our Life stuff. He's literally living like he should be an IRL streamer at this point, right? That way the cops stay off and be like, because they'll be like, where were you at? Motherfucker, I was on the stream. You saw it. You watched it, right? I don't know, man. I just wanted to make this video because it blows my mind, man, that people have cameras following them around. People are wanting to pay them to do interviews. They have platforms of their own, platforms they can go on, you know, music that they can make. Like, leave the streets alone. Because you keep fucking with them streets, you'll never see the streets again. That's my video for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them, man. I'm out of here.